Hey, this is your girl, Gina B. Sanderson of jbsanderson.com. And I am coming to you today in response to the question that I put out asking, what is your biggest frustration on your journey before success? Now, the overwhelming response to this question that I received was actually the weight. The weight that you have to experience on your journey. Now, let's discuss this. Someone they responded saying the waiting between stages, but what I liked was the but. They also recognised that it's a time to develop patience. Now, here we can see there's a key lesson here. Often we want things to be done right away. We have an idea, we want to see the result. We have a vision, we expect to see it come to pass right away within 24 hours. How many people do you know, for example, go on a diet, stop eating snacks, and they expect that they've lost a stone within 24 hours, and they get upset if they haven't done it by the end of the week or the month or the year? And I say this to say to you that it's about the journey. Embrace the journey. The reason why we need to wait, there is no time limit. The time is whatever time is right for you. Now, we rush and we don't learn the lesson. We rush and we don't learn a craft, our skill, truly understand the essence of what it is that we need to succeed on our journey before success. Now, to be truly successful, you need to have understood and mastered a particular skill. If you haven't mastered that skill, you're going to keep on repeating the same bad habits over, the same mistakes over and over and over again. How many times have you found yourself sitting back and thinking, hold on a minute, how did I get here again? How did I get here again? I am sure I am not the only person that asks themselves that question. And the reason why we find ourselves back here again is because we didn't take the time that was needed to truly embrace and understand what we needed to be successful on our journey before success. So on that note, embrace the journey, embrace it, learn each step, each vital step that you need to be successful, because you may not think you need it right now, but at some point in your future, you may need it. So learn it and embrace that step. Another response was knowing whether something is for you or not. Now, the reality is, again, it was the waiting and knowing if something is for you or not. I always say, if you go into something that you haven't been given a vision for, it's not going to work out. It's going to be chaotic. It's not going to run smoothly. There's just going to be so many challenges that you come up against. However, if what you're going to do, you have been given a clear vision, and the vision that you've seen for your future, that God has shown you, that someone may have spoken to you and said, you know what, this is something that was given to them and they're just encouraging you, but you've always known it for yourself. You've had this vision, then you'll know it's for you. When you have vision and you have purpose, you realize that what you're actually trying to do and what you're experiencing comes naturally to you. It's something that you're passionate about. It's something that you don't have to break down. Someone doesn't have to teach you your vision. Someone doesn't have to teach you your purpose, because it's naturally in you. That is how you know whether it's something you're supposed to be doing or not. If you have to keep on second guessing and having to learn to actually see this vision, then it's not for you. You're creating the vision, or you're looking at someone else and thinking, actually, I want some of that. But actually, if it's your vision, no matter what it is. So, for example, my vision is to go around and impact as many people in the world, to offer choice, freedom, and lifestyle. So for me, I look at many different creative ways in which I can do that. Do I do it through something like this, through a podcast? Do I do it through Instagram posts? Do I do it through events? Do I do it through conversations? Do I do it through meetups? There's so many different ways. But For me, it comes naturally because it's my vision and ultimately it's my purpose. So if it's your vision and your purpose, then you're on course. I'm not saying it's going to be easy. I'm not saying that you won't necessarily feel scared. But like Susan Jeffers says, feel the fear and do it anyway. So just because something you may feel fearful, you may come up against challenges, does not mean it is not the vision for you. However, if you have to keep on creating the vision based on the fact that you're looking at other people and seeing what they have, and you're saying, okay, yep, that's part of my vision. Yep, that's part of my vision. No, that's not going to work and it's not for you. You will clearly know if the vision is for you, if you have seen it from when you was younger, you keep on seeing it, it keeps on coming back up, and you know ultimately it's your purpose because you get so much enjoyment out of it and you would do it even if you didn't get paid. I think that's probably one of the key things. If you would do the vision that you have, even if you was not being paid, that is what you're actually supposed to be doing. Because it's something that you would do anyway. You love it, you enjoy it, it is just you. So remember, vision and purpose. Someone else wrote a response saying about the challenge was their weight loss. Now, that one, a lot of people struggle here and a lot of things is a battle. And what I have found over the years and the many times of talking to different people is that sometimes the challenges people face when they're trying to lose weight or they have weight gain or they can't gain weight is a lot to do with their emotions. And often it's based on an emotional state that you may find yourself in. So if you find that you're not happy or you haven't dealt with certain issues, or if your mood up or down, or if you're even tired, sleep plays a significant part in your ability to lose or gain weight. You need to be able to sleep for your body to be able to repair itself. So for the person that responded to that, maybe sit down, review, are you getting enough sleep? Are there underlying issues you may need to address and deal with emotionally? Even what you're eating, yes. We know that is a big area. Review what you're eating. Is it good? If it is good, actually your portion's okay. Just take into consideration many different factors. It's not just one thing. It's not just food. It's not just exercise, because the person that responded, they train. And so it's not always just exercise. You can't out exercise a bad diet. And if then your food is healthy, it could be about the portions, it could be about other emotions, and the way you're feeling, and the lack of sleep is a significant factor. Very, very significant. And also, someone's response was, again, the weight, but knows, for example, that everything is in God's time. So like I said previously, yes, it's about the process, knowing that, God, if you believe in God, God doesn't make mistakes. Everything is in God's time and it will all come to pass in due time. And then also, and I think this is a big one, about the journey. And yes, there's a journey, there's a process, there's the wait. But this one is one I think that a lot of people find themselves hesitant and stopping them on their journey before success. And it's that the journey can be a very, very lonely place. It can be very challenging because where you're going to, the circles you may be moving in, it can be a very, very lonely place. And you will find that people don't want to be isolated. People want to have community. One of the key things that we want as humans is community. Now, when people are successful, people are starting a new journey, people are starting new ideas, if they're the only one within their support network, within their support group that is doing this, it can be a problem. Because if you haven't developed the skills to love your own company and embrace what you're doing and enjoy it for yourself, it can be very lonely. And a lot of people do not like to be on their own. But what I have noticed, particularly from last year, is that a lot of people don't want to be on their own because they're scared of their own thoughts. People actually don't want to address their own emotions because when they're on their own, they have to think about what's going on in their life, think about what's happened in their past. So I always encourage people to develop your support network. Ensure you have the right people around you who could support you with what you're on your journey, with what you're doing, the ideas you have, whether it be someone like me who's a coach, whether it be someone, it could be like a therapist, GTT, going to be coming out very, very soon. That's Grace Talking Therapies. It could be someone, a friendship group. It could be a tutor, anyone, just someone, even someone that's along on the same journey as you. Develop your support networks. I went to a link up last week called The Village, and it's about developing the village because, everyone has different roles to play. Even having someone that's accountable, like an accountability partner, let people know what it is that you're trying to achieve and ask them to hold you to account if you're not achieving it, or just to keep you encouraged and, to ask you every so often, how is that going? And, that should support you on your journey before success. Now, just to summarize and just to say, guys, like when you're on a journey, remember that whilst it is simple, your journey before success is very, very simple, but it doesn't mean it's going to be easy. And I think a lot of times we get it confused with simplicity and things being easy. You're going to face challenges, but keep on going. You're going to face barriers, but keep on going. Because the reality is, if you ever sit back and realize that anything that you've actually ever wanted to achieve and you actually know how to do it, it's actually very simple. But we don't achieve it and we haven't pushed forward because it is hard. Anything worth having doesn't come easy. So I've said you this podcast today just to encourage you to keep on going on your journey before success. No matter how hard, no matter how lonely, no matter how scared you may feel, no matter how long the wait is, just keep on going on your journey before success. You will achieve. You're going to feel amazing when you get to the end of it. And once you've achieved that, you set another goal and you keep on moving. It's about progression. The reality is your journey before success never ends. You become successful at one thing and you start something else. Now, guys, I always say I am your biggest cheerleader. So if you're listening to the sound of my voice, I consider you to be part of the JBS family. And as a family member, I am continuously cheerleading you on. I'm continuously looking out for your successes. So do share, do comment, do like, and, encourage other people. If you see a post that I put up and someone might make a comment, comment on it. Share with them, give them encouragement, lift them up the same way you would want someone to lift you up. So guys, have a blessed day. And remember, choice, freedom, lifestyle. jbsanderson.com. Have a blessed day. Take care.